Hi guys! Can you hear me this time? I'm not sure if you can hear me. Please comment if you guys can hear me. Okay, yay! I think there is some delay with the broadcast, so I hope you guys can still respond when I ask. So, hello everyone. Thank you so much. For happy that we are here, that I will be sharing with you something that I know and something that I'm passionate about. I'm so happy that you guys registered and that you're always supporting me on everything that I do, whether it's just a random post on Instagram or it's a workshop. You guys have always been there, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. So 700 plus students registered tonight for tonight's class. And I hope, even though some of you may not be able to watch us live, I hope that you guys can watch the replay. So this replay will be available for 24 hours after this live. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you are here tonight, can you please chat your name and tell me where you're from so I can give you a little shout out. Okay, so Naina is here. She's from India. Hi, Naina. And I saw art by Ameda. She's from the Philippines. I know you, girl. And I think Florid Ivy is also here. Hello. So, hello, Beth from Kainta. Hi. We're neighbors. So, we also have here Solo from Nancy from India. Catherine from France. Hello. DK from the Philippines. Hello. Prabhonor Khalsi from India, Catherine from LA. Hi guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. I know the time zone is not very friendly to some of you, but you still managed to be here, so I'm very, very grateful. So, okay, before we start with the class proper, I want to make sure that you guys have some materials with you. So all you have to prepare is a watercolor paper, some brushes, size 6 and size 2 is okay, and watercolor. So any color is okay as long as there's one green. And if you don't have green, if you have yellow and blue, you can mix those two and create your green. Okay, so I'm gonna share something with you guys. So I'm gonna share my screen here. Okay, so this is our class, and we're gonna paint some roses watercolor, but this is not the thing that we're gonna paint tonight. We're gonna paint red roses. So before we do that, I just want to thank you all for being here tonight, and I'm so grateful that you guys have always been supportive to me. Okay, so this is part of my 4th anniversary celebration, which will happen on September 23, 2021. So I decided that September 23 is my anniversary for the After 7 because this is the day when I first conducted my workshop. So 4 years ago, I decided to share my passion to my friends. So they're actually 10, but one person wasn't able to attend due to an emergency. But these 9 people were there, and they really supported me all throughout the class. They paid the workshop, and they shared everything until after the class, some people approached me and asked me to do another workshop, and then it grew and it grew, and now I am here 4 years later from 9 students, I already have 3,000 students, and that is only by God's grace. And I'm so thankful that you guys are part of that number, and you're one of the reasons why I continue creating. So this is my floral painting last 2016, so that was around 5 years ago. And I know some of you might feel the same. Some of you might have the same artwork as mine before. And I want to encourage you that um, you will grow as long as you keep on pushing, as long as you keep on practicing. If you see yourself painting something like this, something that you can't understand if that's flower or cabbage, um, don't feel sad, don't feel frustrated, because this is part of the journey. So from here, by God's grace, I was able to develop my style and develop my painting techniques. So now I am here selling my artworks, conducting workshop, and inspiring more people to create, even if they're not born with creative talents. Okay, so if I can do that, I'm sure you can do it too. And how did I arrive from that phase to another phase, which is this one, the better phase? That is because I keep on pushing and keep on learning. So I attended workshops. I really invested in myself, and I didn't just be contented on just watching or practicing on my own, because sometimes practice is really helpful. But if you're practicing the wrong way, or if you do not know how to do it correctly, then you're just wasting your time, because you're practicing it wrong. So it is really helpful to ask some guidance from someone who knows how to do it correctly. And that is why it's important to attend workshops and look for mentors. So one way, I know that workshops could be expensive. So I'm so happy that Skillshare, I discovered Skillshare, and it's a platform for creatives like us. So it's a platform. It's like Spotify, but instead of music, they share workshops. So I'm one of I'm one of those Skillshare teachers, and I teach watercolor, calligraphy soon, and I also teach how to create and edit aesthetic Instagram photos. So just to give you a background, this is what Skillshare looks like. Okay, wait. It's loading. So Skillshare is something like this. It has a lot of workshops about photography and watercolor and fine art. So these are my workshops. So the Vintage Cherry Blossom Watercolor Workshop is one of my popular classes on Skillshare. And these are my students' artworks. So after attending the workshop, you will be asked to upload your final project so I can give you some feedback. This is one of my popular workshops also. This is called Sunflower Watercolor Painting Workshop. And these are my students for projects. And my latest workshop is this one, how to take and edit aesthetic Instagram photos. So I teach creatives how to take their artworks and edit it on some softwares. Okay. Okay, so Skillshare is cheap. It's actually 1,200 per year. But what's amazing is you can have an access to it for free. It's free for 30 days. So later on, I will launch another class, and this is a jam-packed class about watercolor roses. This is a full class, and you will have a chance. So you will have an access to it for 30 days free if you use my link. So later I will guide you how to register on Skillshare if you want to attend my full class. Okay. All right. So okay, let me just read some comments before we proceed to the next slide. Oops. Okay, I can't see it. Okay, so here's some comments. Hi, I'm Sheila from the Philippines. Hi, Sheila. And Petra said she can really relate on my journey. And Beth said, happy anniversary. Thank you. You're using Canva, yes. Canva is so nice. I love Canva. Congratulations, Jenny. Aleli from the Philippines. Hi, Aleli. Tiara from Indonesia. Hi. Hi, guys. Just keep on chatting and um, I'll read your chats later on. Okay. All right. Okay. So again, Skillshare is free for 30 days if you use my link, and you can have access to 38,000 workshops. So that is so many. But for me, I only have 5 workshops on Skillshare for now, but I'm adding 1 workshop every month. Okay. So if you cancel before 30 days, you will not pay anything. But if you want to continue, it's also cheap. So it's 1,200 pesos per year. So that's 4 pesos per day. That is so cheap compared to other workshops. Especially on my workshop, I'm offering my workshops for 5,000 per session. But of course, that's a in-depth workshop. So my workshops on Skillshare are also in-depth, and I'm sure that you guys will learn a lot from my classes in there. Okay, so here are my classes. And okay, so much for Skillshare. I know you guys are very excited to learn how to paint. So I think this is time to paint. But before that, I'm going to read some more comments. So Aryan from wait. So Aryan from the Philippines says hi. Hi Aryan. And Lamia from Bangladesh. Hello. So I'm not sure if I already showed you what we're gonna paint tonight, but can you guess? Hi Alchi. Can you guess what color of rose are we gonna paint? I think I shared it already. Okay. So please get your materials and we will start painting right now. So I'm just gonna prepare my area and I hope you guys can prepare your area too. Okay, I'll be back in few seconds. Hi guys. So I just read this comment from Eliza. So hello, I'm Ali from Singapore, and I hope to learn how to paint watercolor on polymer earrings that I craft on from my clear in Instagram. Thank you so much for this class. Eliza, I think it would be better if you will use gouache or acrylic for polymer clay because they're more opaque. Watercolor is a bit translucent and might not be very um, it may not be seen on your polymer clay earrings. So usually watercolor is good for papers, but for other surfaces like um, let's say canvas or wood or bags or cloth, something like that, it would be better to use either acrylic or gouache because they're more opaque. Okay, so here are the materials that I will be using. First is my paper. So the brand of paper that I am using always is this Bao Hong Academy watercolor paper. This is 100% cotton, and the size that I'm using right now is 10 by 7, but you may use any size that you want. Okay, so what I love about Bao Hong is it's cheaper compared to other 100% cotton paper from 100% cotton paper. But I think this is cheaper here in Asia compared to the other parts of the world. Okay, so other brands that I use is Fabriano and Arches. But this is something that I really use on a daily basis. Okay, GSM it's 300, but you may use 200 GSM. But if you are gonna paint something that you will be selling in the future, um, using a 300 GSM and up paper would be better because it's thicker and it's not gonna crumple easily. So this one is 200% cotton. It's also Baohong, but it's too thin for me. Also, for the colors, I will be using. So this is the shade of red that we're gonna try to achieve. This is not actually a one shade of red. This is actually a mixed version of red. So I used Perilyn Maroon. So this one is from Mijello Mission. Let's pretend I'm a makeup blogger here. Okay, so it's Perilyn Maroon, and then I'm gonna mix it with sepia. So I don't have sepia in tube. I mean the plain sepia in tube, but I have here a sepia brown from hold Schminke, okay. So for the green, I will be mixing a lot of green. So this is one. This is my favorite. This is actually a secret color that I don't want to share with some people, but I'm gonna share it with you guys because you're my students. So this is Undersea Green from Daniel Smith. This is a very nice shade of green, and if you have some budget, make sure to get this one. Okay, another shade of green that I love is Shadow Green, but I rarely use this one lately because I love mixing greens rather than picking up it straight from my tubes. Okay, next is my favorite Van Dyke Brown. You guys, if you already attended one of my workshop, you know that this one is something that I can't live without. So Van Dyke Brown is very important in creating vintage shades. Okay, for my brushes, I am using Silver Black Velvet. So these are the three brushes that I always use. It's in size 2, size 6, and size 8. So if you have size 6 and size 2, that's enough. If you have size 4, that's also okay. So this one is the travel version of Black Velvet. But if that it's also the same as this one. This one is the regular version. The only difference that they have is their handle. So this one is just a normal handle. Sorry for my dog. And this one is a travel brush version. So you can keep it like this. Okay, so another type of brush that I always use is this one. It's called the Golden Natural Blend brush. It's also from Silver Brush Limited. Okay, it's in size 10. I love this because it's too pointy and it can create a very nice thin strokes. Sophia said undersea green is my favorite. We're the same. I love undersea green. Mijello is pricey. I think Mijello is pricey if especially in um countries outside Asia. But in Asia, especially in Korea, it's very cheap. I think one tube, 115 ml tube in Korea is just 100 plus pesos. So just convert it on your. It's I think $3 if you're gonna convert it in USD. But Daniel Smith is cheap here in the Philippines. So those who are in the US, you guys are lucky because I think this one is cheaper in your country. I usually buy my supplies abroad. For example, if I'm gonna buy Mijello Mission, I'm gonna order in large quantity and buy it directly from Korea. And from Daniel Smith, I buy in Amazon US. Okay. Yes, Daniel Smith is so pricey. All right, so we also need a palette. So this is a ceramic palette, and this one is my cup with water. We also need some tissue. Okay, so I am going to use the other camera for my demo. Let me just set it up. Hi guys, can you still hear me? So somebody asked, Marielle asked, may we know where to buy the silver brush sets? So you can buy it on Amazon. Wait lang. Where are you from, Marielle? If you're from the Philippines, you can buy it on Craft Carrot. I also sell it on my shop on Shopee. It's the name is Art Source PH. But if you're from the US, you can buy it on Amazon, Jerry's Artarama, and Blick. From Indonesia, I am not sure where you can buy it, but I'll check it and then you can message me on Instagram and I'll check it and I'll let you know. How much is it, the silver brush? If you're from the Philippines, this one costs, I think, the regular one costs around 1,000 pesos for size 6. And then the price increases as the size increase also. But this one, the travel brush version, I think the size 6 is 1,500. The view is kind of small. Oh, I'm sorry. I think this is the zoomest version that I can do. Okay, so let's question any other suggestion to buy a good brush in Indonesia. Um, I'll search later and then let you know where you can buy good art supplies in Indonesia. What if what to do if I don't have red color like yours? You can mix it. So if you have a regular red and if you have black, you can mix it. But again, guys, I'm just gonna do it on red, but you can also do this on yellow or pink or whatever color that you may have. Okay, so let's start painting. So the first thing that we're gonna do is paint our rose. So I'm gonna mix my Perilyn Maroon with my Van Dyke Brown and a bit of sepia. Hi guys. So I won't be oh sorry. Hi guys. So I'm gonna paint right now and I'm gonna mute my sound so you can focus on watching me paint. Okay? So this is the first layer of my rose. And I'm gonna create some leaves on the side. So this is the shade that I will be using. Now I'm gonna proceed with my second row. The class will be available on Skills. The class will be available on Skillshare later tonight. So around 12 midnight here in the Philippines. So the class on Skillshare is the full class. So I will be teaching there all the techniques, all the strokes, the water and color ratio, and all the other things that you need to learn. And we're also gonna mix some vintage tones in there. Um, for the core, I only use the tip of my brush, but for the body, I use the body of the brush. So you have to move fast in creating watercolor paintings because you have to create strokes when it's still wet. So when your first layer is already dry, it's harder to create nice strokes. The color of Daniel Smith that I'm using is undersea green. The size of the brush that I am using for the rose is, for the core it's size 2, and for the body it's size 6. For the brush, I am using size 6 also. I mean, for the leaves, I am using size 6 also. I'm sorry. When painting, you can turn your paper so it would be easier for you to create your strokes. We're almost done. If you were able to follow along and you will be posting your work on Instagram, please use our official hashtag. Later, I will share it with you. So, if you think that your rose is flat, you can get a darker mixture of the color that you use and then add another layer. So, to balance our painting, I'm gonna add some filler here and I'm gonna use my Van Dyke Brown. Color for the leaves is undersea green and I mixed it with Van Dyke Brown. If you don't have undersea green, on my workshop on Skillshare, I shared how to create your own version of undersea green by just mixing olive green. Okay, so we're done with our painting. Did you guys follow along? Can you leave a comment if you were able to follow? All right. So I will watch the Skillshare class tomorrow. So yes, tomorrow it's already uploaded, and I just want to share with you what the Skillshare class looks like. So, hmm. But before that, let's have some Q&A. So days before, I ask you to send your question on my Instagram stories, and these are your questions. So from at Mozart, she asked, "How long did it take you to master painting roses?" So I started painting roses around 2016, but on 2018, I was already confident and I was already teaching. So I think it's around 2 years. But 2019, 2020, I think that is the time that I really was able to find my style and really embraced loose floral painting because in the beginning I was really struggling if I'm gonna pursue loose floral painting or I'll do the realistic kind of floral painting. But I realized this is something that I really love to do and this is something that I want to pursue in the long run. Okay, another question by Chi C. What kind of paper is suitable for watercolor? Excuse me. So for watercolor, it should be watercolor paper. You may use cheap watercolor paper for practice, but if you are gonna paint something that you're gonna give to someone or something that you will be selling, it would be better to invest in 100% cotton paper because it's really different. Your artwork will really look different because of the paper itself. So if you are still investing and you don't have a lot of supplies yet, the first thing that you really have to prioritize is invest in paper, and then next is color, and last is brush. Or maybe you can invest in brush and then last color. But the important thing really is paper because paper will dictate the quality and the flow of water on your painting. Okay, another question from Art Haven. She asks, is watercolor difficult when compared to other mediums of coloring? For me, since this is the first medium that I've learned when it comes to painting, the first thing that I've learned actually is calligraphy, but in painting, it's watercolor. I would say that it's quite difficult because you really have to master the flow of water. Because if you don't know how to balance water and color, then you will end up having a very light color or super flowy water. And also you really have to know the right color and also the right water and color ratio, because if your mixture is too watery, it's different. If your mixture is too dry, it will also produce different strokes. So watercolor is really about water. It's really dependent on water. So you really have to know and be friends with water when you do watercolor painting. Okay. Another question is how do you do white roses? So on my rose watercolor class on Skillshare, I will be teaching how to mix white. So white roses are not really white. It's a mixture of some colors. And on that class, I will specifically teach you how to mix that shade. So this shade specifically. Okay, so another question is how to make vintage colors. So again, on my Skillshare class, there's a full session and I will be teaching you how to paint, I think seven beautiful vintage tones. There are purple, there are pink, old rose, yellow. So they're all vintage, and I will be sharing with you the recipe, the exact colors, And these are just basic colors, that yellow ochre, olive green. I'm sure that if you have a 12 set watercolor paper, you already have the colors that we need for the class. Okay, so I will be sharing that on our workshop on Skillshare. So what is on Skillshare? Here's the complete intro of my Skillshare class, just so you can see what I will be teaching in there. Watercolor is one of the best mediums, if not the best for me, because I think it's perfect for beginners. It's not difficult to start with. It's handy, you can bring it anywhere, and it's cheaper compared to other mediums. Hi, I'm Jenny Flores. I'm an artist from the Philippines. Today we're going to talk about roses, specifically watercolor roses in vintage colors. This may look intimidating, but as long as you want to learn, I'm sure you're going to get a gorgeous piece on this class. I'll be sharing with you all the materials that you need to start with. I'll also be sharing with you some recipes that you can use to mix regular colors in order to arrive on beautiful vintage tones. I'll also be sharing with you the essential watercolor techniques that you need to learn, as well as the brush strokes, and of course, the water and color ratio. That one is very important. Of course, this is not complete if we're not gonna learn how to paint roses. So I'll be sharing with you all the techniques that I've learned for the past 5 years in painting roses. So we're gonna paint roses, we're gonna paint leaves, we're gonna paint rose buds, and of course, we are gonna paint bouquets and wreaths. When I was starting out, one of the challenges that I faced was creating a composition that doesn't look awkward, because most of the time before, when I was a beginner, I usually end up creating composition that has a lot of non-essential elements like too many leaves, too many fillers. So today, I'll also be sharing with you the tips and tricks that you can use to avoid those mistakes. So this is really a jam-packed class, so we better be starting. And now, pick up your brush and let's get started. Okay, so if you want to register on Skillshare, I will be sending you the link via email, or you can just type this one on your browser. So it's skillshare.com/r/user/the after 7. If you use this link, you will have an access to 30 days free trial. So you will not pay anything if you cancel it before the end of your 30 days. So if you access this link, wait, I'll just add the link here. So I chatted the link so you guys can access it. Okay, so if you access this link, you will end up in this page. So all you have to do is click sign up and sign up to start learning. And then you will arrive on this area. Just type your name, or you can continue with Google. Just make sure that you did not create your Skillshare account before. If you already have your Skillshare account and still you want to access the 30 days free trial, then log out and then click the link that I sent you, and then create a new account using another email address. And that way you can still access the 1 month free trial. Okay, so you can also type in your name here, or again, you can just log in using your email address. So if you do that, you will end up on this quiz. So this is actually difficult, but all you need to do is click the boats or whatever they're asking you to click. So that is just a captcha. Okay, so after that, you will end up in this page. So you may input your credit card details, PayPal, or Apple Pay. So this is just so for those who want to continue, they won't have to be troubled anymore if they want to continue their subscription after 30 days. So this is not a scam. You will not be charged if you will cancel your subscription before 30 days, okay? So just input your card, and then after watching my class, you can cancel your subscription if you don't want to. If you don't want to continue, but if you want to continue, then you will just be charged 1 month later. Okay. So here's an exclusive gift for you. So for the first 50 students who will leave a review and upload her final project on my latest Skillshare class, which will be up later tonight, you will have a free slot to my exclusive Aesthetic Leaves Read Watercolor class. So this is a live session and this is a workshop. So this is not just a demo class. And I will teach you how to paint this beautiful um, leaves read. All you have to do is leave a review, upload your final project on my Skillshare class. Okay. If you enjoyed this class, thank you so much for attending. And again, if you enjoyed this class, you may share your artwork on Instagram using A7 live session. If you did not follow along, but still you want to share something about this class, just take a photo and then share it on your stories and tag me and use this hashtag. Okay, so as an artist, there are ways to support me because, of course, this pandemic has really affected my work and my job. But if you want to support me and my art, there are ways to do that. First is attend my workshops. So I have workshops on Skillshare. I also have private workshops, one-on-one coaching, and self-hosted class. So I already have a lot of students in there. There are 3,000 students who have attended my class even before the pandemic. So some of them are in here right now. So hi guys. And another way to support me is by sending me a gift through PayPal. So you can send it here. But again, this one is not compulsory. This is just optional. Okay. And another way, this one is non-monetary and you don't have to spend anything. Just like, share, comment, and save my Instagram post because this is really helpful for me as an artist. Okay, so thank you so much, guys, for being here tonight. And I think I still have a little bit of time. I still have 3 minutes, so I'm gonna answer some questions on the comment section. So if you have question, please type it on the comment section. How do you clean and store your brushes? Any specific tips? I use this one. Wait. Okay, so I use this thing. It's called the Master Brush Cleaner. So it's like a soap for brush. So I use this one to clean my brushes. And then after cleaning, I just lay it like this. Don't lay it like this or don't lay it like this. If you store it like this, the water, since you just cleaned it, will go down and it will ruin the glue of your brush. So just store it in this position. Just put maybe tissue and just lay it on your table, something like that. Okay. And I clean my brush with this one maybe around once every 2 weeks because it's kind of nakakatamad. It's how do you say that in English, babe? Anyway, but it's time consuming. Okay, so I just clean it with regular water, but every 2 weeks I clean it with my master brush cleaner. Okay. What is the hashtag again? Hashtag A7 session. Hashtag A7 live session, sorry. Sonia, thank you. I speak in Spanish. I can't understand English, but I'm very happy. Thank you, Sonia. So, Skillshare has subtitles. So, if you want to watch my Skillshare class, you can actually understand it through the subtitles. What kind of paper do you use? Cold press, hot press, or rough? I use cold press, but I also use hot press on some. Oh, wait, I'm gonna show you something. On this kind of artwork, oops, it's missing. I think it's not here. Anyway, I use this one. This is a hot press watercolor paper from Arches, and I use this on my new style of painting using watercolor with gouache. So what I love about this, it's so smooth, but Arches is kind of expensive. So I also bought a Bao Hong hot press color just recently, but I haven't tried it yet. Okay. Curious, where did you get your ceramic palette? This is my friend's work, but she hasn't created a page yet. Maybe soon, but I don't think she will be selling something like this. I think she will be selling something better. Is there a French translation on Skillshare? Yes, there's a French translation. How can I avoid handshaking while doing painting? I think you can rest your brush, or you can rest your hand, I mean, on the table. And I don't think shaky hands is an issue when it comes to painting, because you can really rest your pinky finger. If you do it this way, it's really a problem. But if you do it as if you're just writing something, I think you can control it. And also relax your hand sometimes. Don't wash your hands after painting because it will ruin your muscle. Hi, Raquel Art from Indonesia. Hello. May I see the outcome of the rose painting again? Here. I'll also be sharing this on email and on Instagram, so you can check it out. How do you set price on your creation? Because my friends always want me to discount my watercolor creation. So actually, pricing your work is a very difficult thing to do. And but what I can tell you is price it in the way that you think will compensate your effort, your materials, because paper alone is expensive. We guys know that. And also something that you know that you will be happy, because after all, it's where you get your money. Especially me, I'm full-time here. I used to be a CPA, I used to be an accountant, but after years I decided to leave my full-time job and pursue art. It's possible, and by God's grace, I am earning more than what I earn from my corporate job. So if you're someone who wants to pursue art full time, it's possible. All you have to do is really set some boundaries also when it comes to pricing. Plus, um, know what you want, because you, even if you're a full time artist, you can't do everything. You can paint and sell and then also teach and everything. Pick one stream of income first and then grow in that area, and then just add something when you think that the first thing that you already did was already easy for you. Okay. Is there any color that you can't live without? It's Van Dyke Brown. So if you're mixing vintage tones, Van Dyke Brown and sepia is very important. Also, you have to learn the color theory because it will really help you. I think in painting vintage or whatever painting that you're doing, it's important to understand the color theory because it will help you compose your work. Because even if you're just using two colors, that would be easy. But if you're doing something like this and you're gonna add purple and there's red, I don't think that it will look nice together. So you really have to understand how the color theory works so your colors will complement to each other. Okay. um so um last part before I finally say goodbye. So again, exclusively gift for first 50 students who will leave a review and upload her final project on my latest Skillshare class. She will get a free slot to my workshop. So this is a full workshop. I will email you if you qualify. And also, if you have a question on how to create a Skillshare account, or you want some guidance or the links and everything, message me now on Instagram and I will guide you with step-by-step instructions. So thank you so much, guys, for being here tonight. Thank you so much again, for supporting me on my journey. And I hope to see you on my next workshops. Bye.